India is hoping to make history on Wednesday by becoming the first nation to land near the moon's south pole. One of the mission's major goals is to hunt for water-based ice, which scientists say could support human habitation on the moon in future. If Chandrayaan-3 is successful, India will be only the fourth country to have achieved a soft landing on the moon. India's attempt comes just days after Russia's Luna 25 crashed while trying to touch down in the same region. The south pole of the moon holds special promise in the search for water ice. The surface area that remains in permanent shadow there is huge, and scientists say it means there is a possibility of water in these areas. The US, the former Soviet Union and China have all achieved a soft landing near the moon's equator, but none have led successful missions to its south pole. India's attempt to land its Chandrayaan-2 mission near the South Pole in 2019 was unsuccessful. It crashed into the lunar surface. So all eyes are now on Chandrayaan-3, its third mission to the little explored moon. The spacecraft with an orbiter, lander and a rover lifted off on July 14 from the Sriharikota Space Center in South India. The lander, called Vikram after Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO, founder Vikram Sarabhai, carries within its belly the 26 kg rover named Pragyan, the Sanskrit word for wisdom.
Once the descent starts, the lander's speed will be gradually reduced from 1.68 km per second at its present height to almost zero by the time it reaches 800 m, ISRO's Nilesh M. Desai told ANI news agency. A call will then be made about its landing location once Vikram has traveled down to a height of 150 m. If the area is found unsuitable, the lander will move a little to the left or the right to find a more suitable landing spot. If all fails, the emergency mode will kick in, which will help with a safe landing, Mr. Desai said. Once it lands and the dust settles, the six-wheeled rover will crawl out of its belly and roam around the rocks and craters on the moon's surface, gathering crucial data and images to be sent to the lander, which will pass it on to the orbiter to send to Earth. The rover's wheels have the ISRO's logo and emblem embossed on them so that they leave imprints on the lunar soil during the moonwalk, an official told the BBC. Chandrayaan-3's journey to the moon has generated a lot of excitement in India, with wishes for the mission's success pouring in from across the country. ISRO has announced plans for a live telecast of the landing, and millions of people, including schoolchildren, are expected to tune in. On Tuesday, ISRO chief Sridhara Panikkar Somanath told the Hindustan Times he was extremely confident of a successful landing because they had made backups of the backup plans. He said they had carefully studied the data from the Chandrayaan-2 crash and carried out simulation exercises to fix the glitches.
Mr. Somanath has said Chandrayaan-3 will work to build on the success of India's earlier moon missions and help make some very substantial scientific discovery. Chandrayaan-1, the country's first moon mission in 2008, discovered the presence of water molecules on the parched lunar surface and established that the moon has an atmosphere during daytime. And despite failing the soft landing, Chandrayaan-2 was not a complete write-off. Its orbiter continues to circle the moon even today and will help the Vikram lander send images and data to Earth for analysis. The landing date has been carefully selected to coincide with the start of a lunar day. A day on the moon equals 28 days on Earth, and this will mean the lander and rover will have 14 days of sunlight to charge their batteries. Once night falls, they will discharge and stop working. It is not yet clear whether they will come back to life when the next lunar day starts. India is not the only country with an eye on the moon. There's a growing global interest in it, with many other missions headed to the lunar surface in the near future. And scientists say there is still much to understand about the moon, which is often described as a gateway to deep space.
All previous successful missions to the moon have touched down near the equator, including India's Chandrayaan-1. Scientists say landing near the South Pole can be tricky as the surface is very uneven and full of craters and boulders. The crash of Russia's Luna 25 last weekend has once again put the spotlight on how difficult it is to land in the region. India's second lunar mission, which also attempted to soft land near the South Pole, was unsuccessful with its lander and rover destroyed. ISRO Chief Sridhara Panikkar Samanath says they have carefully studied data from the crash and carried out simulation exercises to fix the glitches in Chandrayaan-3.
The moon landing attempt might be a big moment for India, but its Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, is far away in Johannesburg, South Africa, attending a summit of the BRICS bloc of nations. But space is clearly on his mind. Addressing the summit, he called for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa to think about creating a BRICS space exploration consortium. Under it, we can work on areas such as space research and weather monitoring for global good, he said. He said work was already underway on a BRICS satellite constellation. Scientists believe that frozen water, untainted by the sun's radiation, might have accumulated in cold polar regions over millions of years and can provide a unique sample for scientists to analyze and understand the history of water in our solar system. Space entrepreneurs also see lunar ice as an opportunity to supply astronauts with locally sourced water, said Professor Simeon Barber, a planetary scientist at the UK's Open University, who also works with the European Space Agency. Water molecules can be broken into hydrogen and oxygen atoms, which can be used as propellants for rockets. But first, scientists need to know how much ice is there on the moon, in what form, and whether it can be extracted efficiently and purified to make it safe to drink. Thank you for watching this video. Will help you a lot, and subscribe our channel Vital PTE Academy to see more education related videos of PTE Academy. I will meet you in next video.